Home is where the heart is, a beautiful metaphor, but the heart-wrenching reality for many of Perth's inner city and fringe dwellers without a secure place of residence is the unpredictable streets, where they must find a safe space to rest each night. Giving names to faces of this increasing national problem, we talk here with the people living this vulnerable reality, referred to as Perth's homeless.
I can't support myself. I've got 2 children, I can't support them. Had 2 dogs, couldn't support them. It's been such a downward spiral for such a long time that I'm always 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
I think my major interest at the moment is understanding Western Australian, what WA is experiencing in homelessness. I think there's been a lot of focus on Australia in general, and compared to other states, I believe that their services are much more experienced and much more. I guess they're in better swing than us. I find that in Western Australia, a lot of it is swept under the rug, and I think that issues are more complex over here, ranging from a massive housing crisis compared to other states.
Well, homelessness is a critical issue for our society because it robs people of their dignity. There are some 100,000 Australians who are homeless. They are in precarious, difficult, often paralysing situations. It puts their safety at risk, their health, their mental well-being, and it also means their ability to work and to study and to be included in the fabric of mainstream life and community is severely compromised.
How did you get into this situation?
Just falling out with friends and family, I don't know.
Public forum tonight named Finding My Place, a discussion of homelessness, was organised by Notre Dame University Students for Social Justice. It offered a platform for audience members to raise awareness about this serious issue.
Homelessness is a huge issue. I think you can judge a good society by how that society treats the least fortunate within the society. And I think one of the things that saddened me about Australian way of life over the last few decades is I get the sense of there is a growing gap between rich and poor, and we've seen a growing number of homeless people on our streets amongst an increasingly wealthy community. And I think it's our moral obligation to make sure that we actually are addressing that issue.
Before you were saying something really important about what you think the community, society, the government should be doing more to help people in this situation.
Just, more family counselling, let it be known.
Why?
So, everybody's got their problems. Sometimes you just need that third party to keep it mutual.
Well, from the agency's perspective, we have a duty of care to obviously act responsibly with everyone we come across and act in the best interests of people who we interact with on a daily basis.
I've had many dealings in my area where I live in Rockingham, as well as in Melbourne, like I mentioned. I think a lot of it is in secondary homelessness, so things like couch surfing and other issues. So I think it's really hard to combat at times because it's not fresh to the eye where the issues are, but it's hiding in friends' lounge rooms and that kind of thing.
What's it like on the street?
It's different.
Is it harsh?
Yeah, it's cold.
Boring?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue what the time is.
So what's your next step now? What are you going to do?
Go to work tomorrow, hopefully. Walk my way there.
There can be a number of contributing causes to homelessness. They can include things like family and relationship breakdown and crisis, domestic violence, substance abuse, unemployment, mental health issues, socio-economic factors, as well as the availability and affordability of housing and support services.
I think especially right at this moment in Western Australia, there is one of the key causes is the cost of living. Cost of living is very high here, and cost of housing is extremely high as well. and it continues to increase, especially in the private rental sector.
If you could go back and talk to yourself before your life in the streets began, what advice would you give to that former you?
Just stay calm and in control and talk things out with your loved ones.
Is that where it went wrong? When you say control, how was it out of control?
Tempers flare. Say things that can't be unsaid.
How can we as a community, working with the police, working with the council, actually start to identify what those service needs are and make sure they're provided?
It's going to go to Centrelink and, I don't know, see what kind of support systems they got going.
Do you know of any?
No.
Have you been anywhere to see anybody talk about anything? To sort an effective resolution creates a continuing challenge for our society. We all have a moral obligation to contribute, even in just a very small way. I'm Melissa Gurney for Undercurrent.